What's up, Reefers? Welcome back to another episode of Zoa Tank Boys. In this video, I'm just gonna give you a reef update just because there's been so many changes to the aquarium. Redid some of the aquascape. I redid a lot of the coral placement because Reefapalooza is right around the corner and I want to have room to get a bunch of coral. Also, the blotched anthias is doing fantastic. Super fat, eating like a beast. I think we're past the danger zone. But let's not cross our fingers. I got a secret fish. I don't know if he will show himself. If he does, we'll talk about it. Super excited. Also, I recently upgraded all my filming equipment and stuff like that and my computers. So hopefully it's a lot easier for me to film, put things together, and kind of get it out to you. Exciting times. If you're at Reefapalooza, say hi. I love saying hi to all the reefers, especially if you've been watching the journey, seeing the videos since day one. Don't forget to smash that like, subscribe. Enough talking. Let's get into the video. All right, reefers, so here we have the Innovative Marine 170 right before Reefapalooza. Right now it's about 5 o'clock. Actually, it's about 6 o'clock. So corals are looking pretty happy. Just did a water change yesterday. First time in a very long time. So as you guys can see, corals are doing pretty good. Couple updates. Last time you guys saw, your Philly garden looked a little different. It was scattered over there, but I really wanted to mirror this section. I think I said that a little bit in the other video. So I really wanted to mirror how this section is really just stacked with coral, doing really good. And I felt like I wasn't maximizing my space here. So as you can see, we got a bunch of sticks here. Zoas, Ghanies, everything's doing well. Mr. Blotched Anthea is doing fantastic, getting fat. I do have to feed him. I'm feeding him twice a day, and so far he's gained, in my opinion, he's gotten bigger, gained some weight. This section over here, that's all just pretty much empty, is for making room for Reefapalooza. So I used to buy a lot of coral from everywhere all the time, but recently, I've been just a fan of buying corals at the shows or buying corals from local reefers, just because I do feel like pricing has gotten out of hand with all the big box stores, literally all of them. So I try to stay away from them. If there's a good deal, I'll snag something, but for the most part, I'm just buying things from local reefers. A couple things have taken off. PC Rainbow stick has taken off. Jason Fox Acid Shrimp's been doing very well. Fox Flame, Jason Fox, I think it's Jason Fox Fox Flame. That thing took off and got beautiful coal out of nowhere. So we're getting some growth. Ghanies have been doing very well. I will say, in my opinion, the trick is dosing magnesium and manganese. This section, we're getting better and better. I'll do a top-down shot as well, but this tank is a couple years old, and I feel like it's finally getting in its, just finding its flow. Sand bed is pretty clean, and not a lot of maintenance other than stirring the sand bed, or the occasional water change. Right there, I have my little shops of horror. I don't know what happened with the bigger polyp. Looks like it got bruised. Well, let's focus. But there is a baby. So far so good. Magic Carpet doing fantastic. Looks like it's splitting. Space Invader Pectinia for the first time in a long time. I feel like this monster piece is finally in a place that it's not necessarily taking up the room, like taking up all the room, right? Because I always feel like it's in the way, but here it's actually a huge piece and it's in the corner, so it looks pretty good. Look at that. GMKs, low light, doing well. I already had a bunch of babies since the last video I shared. But I feel like this tank is finally hitting its groove, right? Where I'm not moving all the corals around. Everything's taken off pretty well. I feel like there's stability in the aquarium. Torches are doing well. So leave a comment, let me know your thoughts. Frank's doing okay. Here we have the urchin just walked all over him, but that's my other frag of GMKs. Doing good. I am getting an auto feeder. So I'll be doing a couple videos that are sponsored by Hydra. So they sent me a couple videos. Let me try to reset the color to see if I can get a better coloration, because I really want these corals to pop for you guys. All right, reefers. So I just reset it. Hopefully the colors look a little better. But the fish are getting big. The fish are getting big. Gomas and Morticia are looking incredible. The tangs are doing great. Couple dream case scenarios. Again, I've said it a couple times in the videos. Yellow tang. Love yellow tang. Yellow wrasse. Love yellow wrasse. I feel like I need some yellow in this tank. That's all. And I feel like I can afford it. Because while these fish are big, there's enough swimming room. Everybody seems happy. Couple kind of hiccups, right? My big Tyree Green Monty cap, you can't see it there. I'll take the top off in a second. You can kind of see some algae growing in the center and bleaching. I have a couple frags of it, but it is bleaching pretty bad. Not sure why. Parameters are checking out. Everything looks great. So we'll kind of play it by ear. I do have a frag there, another little frag there. That is a coral that grew really, really quick too. So, not that I would be sad if it went, but it was starting to become kind of like a problem because it was growing a lot. A couple things I'm looking out for in wrap. Zoanthids. I'm really big into zoanthids right now. Sticks. That's why I kind of emptied all that up there. Whoa, there you see the little guy that I haven't told you guys about. The green mandarin. So the mandarin, this tank is about 6 years old. I have pods galore and I'm running a refugium, and this guy's been here for about 3 weeks now. He's chunky. He's getting more gutsy coming out. I have not dosed pods, but guys, every time I do a water change and I pull my sock, I mean, there's 100, 200 pods in there, right? So I'm hoping he does well. Hopefully we get him to eat frozen, so we'll see. But this whole section, guys, I want this thing to be slammed with corals, similar to how this is starting to grow in nicely. To me, there's nothing better looking than a fully grown reef. And I feel like this is happening little by little. So far, so good. I'm feeling pretty good about also just getting these weekly, every other week type of reef updates out. I recently updated all my equipment. I mean, I'm still filming on my phone, but computer-wise, I've upgraded everything, so it's just gonna be more efficient, easier for me to film. So I feel pretty confident with my new process to kind of get more content onto you guys quicker. But yeah, I'm super stoked about how great everything is doing. Look at this guy, so big. Amazeball Ghani. And then of course you have 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 frags total. Exosphere colony. I mean, there's at least a couple hundred heads there. That exosphere colony looks great, but back in the day, one exosphere used to cost like $800. So it's funny how the reefing market kind of goes up and down. I would love to get an OG bounce mushroom at this upcoming Reefapalooza. That's something that I have on the agenda. So, dosing, I've been super simple with my dosing, right? So this is just a reef update to kind of get you guys up to speed on the recent changes on the aquarium. But dosing, I'm dosing alkalinity, magnesium, calcium. Down there, super simple. I got a skimmer going on in the middle. I got my refugium. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy. I do think consistency is what keeps the tank going pretty well. I down there have an aquarium. It's the Reef Casa 12 Lagoon. Rockets down there with the anemone. I really haven't done a good job covering that aquarium yet, but that is going to be a major focus coming up. But Guys, I can't be happier. I mean, this tank's doing fantastic. So let me do this. Let me take the top off and let's take a look at the aquarium. All right, Reefer. So arguably this right here is my favorite view. I don't see this view often, but it is the top-down view. So I have all the power heads off. It's really good to do this every once in a while because you actually get to see a lot of the growth that your aquarium has had. A lot of the sticks are growing well. Torch, a couple torches there. Space Invader. Let me do one of these. Yeah. To me, top-down shot is a very underrated shot, along with side shots, because you don't really get to see the entirety of the aquarium. And you also don't get to see a lot of these patterns. Look at that Montipora. That started out as a little frag about a year ago. And some of these corals are sticking out of the water. I have to turn the water on, which is kind of cool. Just shows growth. Yeah, definitely a favorite shot. And that was one reason why I was very particular when I got this aquarium about getting a lagoon aquarium, because these are shots that if you have a regular aquarium, it's very difficult to get. Very, very difficult. And I even have some corals back there that you can't really see well, just like that. There's a gold chalice colony under my Tyrigremonte. You got zoanthids. This all here I hope to be filled up with corals. Hopefully after Reefapalooza. But if you guys have been following the journey, I mean, there's been goods and bads, right? With any reefing hobby. So, couple tips for anybody who's ever gonna do a top-down shot. Always, always, always take off your skimmer cup. It's dirty. I am gonna take advantage and empty it because that skimmer will overflow. That's happened to me multiple times. Next thing you know, you have poop in your aquarium and you gotta clean it, and all of a sudden you have problems, water changes, emergency water changes, and all that stuff is happening. So we don't really want to have to do that, right? Beach bum's doing well. Setosa Montipora. This was a sunset Monte, if you could see there, and all of a sudden I started grafting, which is kind of cool. Yeah, so leave a comment. Let me know what you think. This is literally just a reef update, updating you guys on the fish, on the changes in the scape. A couple things if you've been watching the videos. A lot more space on the left. A lot more space in the front after moving some rocks around. Definitely rearrange some of the coral placement. So now up there's a lot more area for coral. Kind of similar to how here I have space, but then here I have a beautiful side shot. This is one of my favorite shots. So my goal was literally to mirror that on this side, and I feel like I accomplished that. Red Planet, Tropical Anacropora, Goldenrod Anacropora, Slime Ball. Yeah. This is a Lagoon Aquarium, 150 gallon display. I don't know if I have any upcoming changes to the actual equipment. I think the equipment's fine. I think we're doing good. I don't think I'm going to change any of that. I have been debating on removing all the GSP from that wall, just because there's a lot more Cyphastrias that I want to add. That's the Christmas trees. That's the Meteor Shower Cyphastria, Anti-Venom Cyphastria. Back there, that's the Bizarro, which I want to move and put over there. The SpongeBob, I think that's the one that they called. It's like a light teal with yellow dots. There's just so many corals. Yeah, just a little update. I'll feed the fish, and then I'll be ready for Reefapalooza. In the coming weeks, I'll probably do more prescriptive videos like I typically do, but I really didn't want to keep you guys waiting on a Reef update. So my lights, I got 2 Radion's XR15s, Gen 6, 1 G5, and then I have 2 AI blades. I will tell anybody I recommend the Grow, not the Glow. The Glow is very weak. Also, the Glow has a glitch, at least mine, that when I do demo mode, which I do often because I love, turning my lights on when I get home, guilty pleasure, it always times out. So, not the best. Here, I have my little return pump. Boom. Get everything back to normal. That's the peek behind the scenes. So I'll give it a second. Now we're gonna top her off. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you see me at Reefapalooza, say hi. I'm gonna be there coral shopping. Hector might be there, might not be, but I definitely will be there on a mission. And all of you guys say hi. So, let's go.